Oh hey, check me out. I actually have time to work on a side project again. Stupid real life. Anyways, welcome back to part 2 of my coverage of Action 52 Owns, a fan-based remake of the original Action 52 for the NES. Anyways, let's speed this stuff up. And let me tell ya, the majority of the games so far on this compilation, they don't suck. Except for maybe Critical Bypass. Fuck that game. Yeah, for the most part, the games that were remade for this compilation are actually playable, which means that the fans that remade this game actually know what the fuck they were doing. Now, mind you, some of the games so far, I weren't able to open because, apparently DirectX is still a thing that exists in 2010. Now, this part will cover a majority of the second page, so let us continue. The fuck was I at? Oh yeah.
Just not possible to make it through the corner. Right here. I've never once made this.
Oh, I was 80 miles away from the object!
I'd be hard pressed to find one person who can fucking make it. But yeah, I seriously think it's impossible to do. Though if someone can do it, please, by all means, show me how the fuck it's done.
Really? That's it? Yeah, I would love to have seen Army 21 and Silent Rob's reaction to this part. And level 5 is completely broken and unplayable. Yeah, let's see how the remake handles things. It's got to be a lot more stable than this. So the remake here, it's made with a machine with new technology, which is pretty much Game Maker. Yeah, not only is the remake better, it's actually made like a simple arcade game, except unlike Active Enterprises, this guy didn't fuck it up. The story is simple. The brave crew of the SS Triangle tries to kill as many of these Google Maps markers by firing those pegs from the Game of Life at them while dodging shit in front of this trippy looking grid background. Yeah, it's space, just deal with it. Yeah, to be honest, I don't even think there's anything beyond this stage in the remake, since it just repeats this particular section until you crash and die. It's probably for the better. Anyways, next game. The next item on this list, oh hey, Myong, I remember this game, and it looks like it might actually make sense this time. This confusing looking puzzle game thing is actually simpler than it looks. You can easily map out where you need to go by using lots of pausing and save states, because all the hazards will be in the exact same place every single time. Now, if the remake is anything like the NES original— wait, people actually watch my stuff? And they like it? According to the YouTube Studio beta thing? Oh god, what am I doing right? So, here's the remake for Myong. The menu starts off with Ninja Gaiden chunking a coin into the menu. And it has music, which the original game didn't have. That digital sampling is one of the few good things of the original Action 52. Wait, why did the music stop? Scandal? What the fuck kind of word is that? What a dashing rogue that I— oh yeah, there's a storyline to it now. And now the meat of the matter. Trying to figure out where the music went. This puzzle game, and it actually looks like it makes sense from what I'm seeing right here. Mysterious Chinaman is to be trusted. Oh great, now it has something to do with Chinese mythology now. It's already starting to make a lot of sense. Alright, so in order to unlock the treasure of the Myong, I must go through this gauntlet of traps and shit. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, the Emperor's Chamber, you have to go there. Traps. Right. Uh-huh. Traps can be interesting if you're into that sort of thing. Well, at least I'm not a neon Christmas tree this time. I can actually see what my character's supposed to be. Alright, can we get to the game already? Yeah! What the hell's up with the background? So, here is the remaster of Myong, which I think is still supposed to be a puzzle game with its moving background for some reason. After the initial let's see where all the hazards are and what they do part of the review, I managed to get this first stage done. First thing you gotta do is to go over here to make the right statue fire its thing, then you can progress. There we go, we just conquered the first stage of this flying dungeon thing. Hey, a cutscene. Huh. You know, I like these transitions. They kind of remind me of this old DOS game that I played back in the day called Dangerous Dave. Oh man, Anybody played that game? Yeah. Yeah, that's a real obscure reference, isn't it? Anyways, back to the game. It has a password system, so you can continue from where you left off. This next stage is surprisingly a million times easier, even though it just fell out on like a stupid ass. All you gotta do is get across these platforms that, you know, lower themselves into the pits, and yeah, in comparison, this level is pretty easy. Wait, the fuck? Now we're Indiana Jones now? Did we steal the golden idol at one point? Huh, I must have missed that part. So here we are on level 3. Okay, why did I run into that like a stupid ass? Oh, this stage... Jesus, how many fucking drinks did I have before I recorded this footage? Anyways, this stage requires lots of timing and precision. Especially since your character does not move very fast, like, at all. Even though he's a ninja. Make sure you don't touch any of the miscolored blocks, because as I demonstrated, those things kill you instantly. And you gotta get your timing right, just right, otherwise you'll get schmucked by them tennis balls? Yeah. I think they're tennis balls. And take the pathway around here, and try to not fuck up at the end. There you go. Huzzah! Bake sale! So this cutscene has our character going, what's a Neon? Who is this Neon character? That's a subtle jab at active enterprise's ineptitude. Anyways, I gotta take a recording break here, so let's, Oh hey, Virtual Dub, what is up? Editing? Nah, fuck that thing, I'm just here to show how games work. I don't need none of that fancy-ass production values to prove that I can review games. All I need is just some... Let's pretend that didn't happen. No, seriously, are these levels getting easier? By the way, I am digging what I think might be an original soundtrack. You know, considering that this song is actually a remix of the original Action 52 song of Complete Dead Fucking Silence. This is actually a decent tune. And this dialogue is just lazy. It's like if I wrote the script for this game. And I probably would have written the script for this game. Son of a bitch, not this again. The dialogue's not that cheesy. Yeah, no more indeed. Now this kind of resembles the later parts of the NES game where it starts getting easier because you can actually see where all the fucking hazards are. Yeah, the stage is simple. Just don't step on any of the miscolored parts on the floor. Get your timing right and there you go. Inside is the inverse. What the fuck does that even mean? I have a bad feeling about this. Oh well. Kirker? That's a weird name for a password. Oh hey, a change in tune. Wait, why am I Oh my fucking god, it's got inverted controls? Are you shitting me? Oh, that's just great. Have the floors fucking collapse on me while the tennis balls shoot at me in the middle of this fucking volcano. Are you... Well, that was a fun little romp while it lasted. I might have to finish that in a future video, but it was a decent game. Anyways, we got a lot more games on this list to go, so let's move on. That was my best attempt, by the way. Right, so after about a week or two of doing other things, it's time to go on to the next game. Last I remember of streamers... For the NES, you play a clown. It plays like a great value Bionic Commando. Sad thing is, this is one of the more stable games on Action 52, and it's still not great. Oh yeah, there's this legendary quote.
Look at this shit. The money just fucking killed me. Why? Why'd the money kill me? I fucking trusted you, money. I mean...
Anyways, let's, start this thing. Oh, this is a good start. Have the original music play during the title screen. Okay, so after taking a moment to readjust the fucking window, here's the remake of this game. The clown motif seems to have been replaced by some special forces dude in his odd choice in color scheme. He appears to be wearing a conch shell on one ear. I think his hand is mutated by a bit, and I just noticed how fucked up the title is. S7 Ramers 8? No wonder the original forgot to put it in the title screen. Anyways, moving on. So the game starts off with this cutscene where you set us up the bomb, apparently. Yeah, made set to explode. And right away the game makes it pretty clear that it's just a Bionic Commando fan game with a fucked up color scheme. Yeah. Also, I think they're infiltrating a McDonald's ball pit during a children's birthday party. I think that's where I'm getting at here. It's kind of hard to take this game seriously. What? Oh, right, I forgot. There's a lot of cheesy-ass dialogue in this game. Okay, so after that bit, we are good to go. My god, that's the sound you make when you run. And like a certain game, you cannot jump, but you can latch onto walls and stuff. So begins the gritty reboot of Streamers. Yeah, the first thing you'll notice is this remix is freaking amazing. Second of all, Bionic Commando, and save points. Yes! Obviously you don't want to touch the glowing balls. Those are the hazards in this game. Plenty of them, to be exact. And here's where the similarities between this and the original Streamers ends, because this is a completely original game at this point. I like to point out that this part... Wow, this got difficult in a hurry. Well, at least this game has infinite lives, as indicated by the sad green face counter in the lower right part of the screen. In other words, this is kind of like one of those I want to be the guy type games that everybody wants me to play for some reason. Yay, go me, woo. Collect money for score, huh? But wait, money hurts you. We've seen that in the NES game. Hold on a second, I gotta try this out. It's important. I mean, you trust the money, and the money ends up killing you, or at least... What the actual fuck? I mean, the killer money bag was like a defining characteristic of the original game, dude. Okay, scream aside, this remake is actually a good game, but in like the context of Action 52 owns, this is mostly just an excuse for this guy to showcase his otherwise excellent Bionic Commando fan game. And here we go again with some more cheesy-ass fucking dialogue. Really? Does this fucking asswipe have like a monopoly on really terrible jokes? I should get into this market sometime. Anyways, back to Doki Doki Bionic Commando here. Yeah, I can see the thought process for this game. Yeah, he's one of the many clowns. You shouldn't touch him, because, you know, he'll fuck your shit up. Yeah, I can just see the thought process for this. Well, let's just swap some clowns here. This was probably originally gonna be like a robot. I really fucking hate this part. Yeah, it adds these balls that are dangerous. Yeah, just swap some clowns here, change the player characters, match the original. Hell, the death counter is just that stupid green face when he died in the original game. Okay, so, why did I fucking... Alright, that's my fault here. Yeah, we got this by the balls! Oh my god, really? Okay, enough clowning around with this shit. Time to avoid these great balls of fire. Let me swing into action here. Oh, hey, look, another money bag. That looks... Oh, never mind. Look at that shit on the right. That'll ball me over. That's okay. I'm on a roll there. I avoided getting down with the clown, and the save point here. Well, hopefully I can dodge this ball and get my credibility back after all those jokes. Lovely. Yeah, there was me, getting bounced around like a ragdoll. You know what? I think we have the gist of how this works. I'll just finish up to the start of this segment, then I'll move on to the next game. Yeah, because to be honest, I'm not really that great at I Want to Be the Commando. Level 2 has pie-throwing clowns this time. And I just want to showcase this one part right here that might make things a little bit more difficult. Yeah, you can't grab onto those. So it's going to be a lot more challenging from here on out. Yep, that was me being wrecked by a juggalo. We are done. At least this explains why I hide the ratings in these videos. Fuck me. All those lame jokes I did back there. Next thing you know, I'll be declining another YouTube partnership offer. The next game on this list is... Oh boy. I don't like this game. This game has some of the worst platforming physics in the entire cartridge. And that's saying something since all of Action 52's platformers on the NES is of the go jump straight up and press a direction variety. Oh, and the hit detection sucks. It sucks so bad. And there's also this god-awful driving segment placed in the middle where, say it with me, They put a block right in front of the fucking spawn point. And now to the remake of this game, where it's Bubblegum Rosie now. Nice FPS counter, by the way. No, seriously, can you stick with a goddamn name, you know? Anyways, we start the game itself, and what in the actual fuck? This is actually good. No, seriously, this game is good. I mean, while the last game was just Bionic Commando with a reskin, here this game's premise is all like, hey, you know how shit the original game was? Yeah, let's take that game and do the complete fucking opposite of the NES counterpart. You know, let's address every single one of its goddamn flaws. Here, let me count the ways. The jumping in the NES game was fucking dreadful. Here, not only is the jumping actually responsive, there's also a double jump thrown in for good measure. The NES game had crap for hit detection. This time, there's actual hit detection. And not only that, there's frickin' power-ups that change your projectiles, some of which has some serious knockback. And there's also collectible statues, which are completely pointless unless you're going for 100% completion. The music in the NES version was grating and annoying. Here, the remix is good and engaging. The NES game had this bubble which did absolutely fucking nothing. In the remake, however, it leads you to the next stage. And even though there's no driving segment in the remake, knowing how well made this is, it'll probably be just like Gran Turismo. Hell, there's even a freaking boss at the end of the game. I have no idea who the hell this dickweed is, but I'm assuming that he's the leader of all the other enemies in the game. And he's quite challenging. Thankfully, there's a save point right in front of the boss room. Anyways, this boss fight is in complete contrast to the end of the NES game, where it just abruptly goes back to level 1. Meanwhile, in the good version, it's time to beat the boss. You'll want the dark blue candy, which has long range but with recoil. Anyways, this fucking dickweed will start off with some tricky to dodge attack, but once you get rid of this first form, he'll eventually go Super Saiyan and throw some long range projectiles at you. Just stick to the side and keep firing and jump over the projectiles. This is really tricky, so if you fuck up and die, don't worry. It took me several tries to get this boss right. Range candy is a must, and thankfully this particular candy appears right before the boss room. So anyways, after defeating Lord Assbubble, he drops off what I think is a golden candy, and apparently collecting that gives Bubblegum Rosie the power of victory. So yeah, this is actually a good game, so kudos to you, Ardine, or as I like to call you by your real name, Bizarro. You made a good game. You took a piece of shit NES game and made it, like, awesome. And that should just about do it for Bubblegum Remix. And the game ends with all... Oh yeah, the ending. The game ends with all the times for my practice run, and any statues that you collect throughout the game can be seen on the title screen. And hopefully I get done playing this Dragon Quest XI game by sometime this Christmas, so I can actually work on the side project again. Yes! I actually have free time to work on the side project again! On to this next game! This game is generic space shooter trash, just like half the games on Action 52. There's only 2 levels, and the only noticeable thing about this game is that you can easily recreate the background in MS Paint. So here's the remake of Rocket Jockey for Action 52 owns. So yeah, here we see a bunch of cows stranded in the middle of an asteroid field, which is a sign they might not even be alive at this point. I mean, they're fucking blue. So anyways, the cutscene right here is simple and to the point. Space farmers, herd of cattle chilling out until sunfish came in and beamed them all away for some reason. So Farmer Bill's all like, fuck me, not this shit again, so he gets on a super-powered Coke bottle to kick some ass. Now to the game. You have limited attack range this time, but you can chunk your own cows out of the way to power up your lasso, which you can use to get rid of these banditos. Now keep in mind this lasso does lose power every time you take a hit, so get good is what the game's trying to tell you. And you better be good at the game because unlike the original NES version, things actually fucking happen on the screen. I mean, aside from the evil banditos, you also have to deal with landmines, spread shot enemies, and at one point you even go through a fucking asteroid field while things fire at you from all directions. It's not a bad game, you just need to be good and practice a bit. Ooh, a high score table, I love these things! Anyways, as a space cowboy, it's time to solidify my place in the Ranchers de Huevos! Whatever the hell that means. So yeah, this was Rocket Jockey for Action 52 Owns. I will see you guys later. Alright, let's rock this thing. The next game is Non-Human. This game is a little bit fucked up. The platforming is a bit of a challenge, not just because the screen doesn't scroll back, but the jumping. It's really, really dreadful, as par for the course. Mercifully, there's only one level to it. As for the remake, you might not see this because it's running in 640 by 480 mode, is that the loading screen kind of looks like this. Hee! Look at me! I'm teeth! The remake here is yet another example of somebody taking a game that was a colossal pile of shit and actually making something good out of it. And yes, you can run in Windows mode, so I don't have to fuck around with, like, the recording settings. Alright, let's start this thing. The game starts off with a map taking the most indirect route imaginable to the destination. Yay. And the game begins. Yeah. Now, this is a survival horror game, instead of just being a fucked up pile of shit. Yeah, you know how the player character in the original with this stupid pyramid head looking thing? That made no fucking sense whatsoever? Yeah, the person that made this game was clever and retconned that into a mech suit. This game also now has power-ups, which may or may not activate based on all the battery collectibles that you find on your journey. I mostly just choose the ones with range and reduced cool time because, you know, of course there'd be an overheat meter in this game. Now, the range is very, very useful later on in the game because of these toothy mouse Yeah, these toothy bastards, yeah, they have this retardedly long reach. One-ups, I don't need no stupid one-ups, I'm playing this game on easy. I also like to point out that the music for this game is pretty amazing. Yeah, who knew that Chef Boyardee had music talent? Oh, there's also sub-weapons that you can find throughout the game that I did not use throughout this run. It's totally because I wanted to do a blaster-only run and not just because I forgot what buttons toggle the sub-weapons. Yeah, the sub-weapons might be a bit useful for these bosses. Yeah, there's some bosses thrown in for some variety. Certain zombies mutate into these abominations, and pretty much what I did in this run was charge in there recklessly and shoot them in the face a bunch of times. I'm pretty sure on hard mode this might end up getting me killed, but it was actually pretty fun. These boss battles are actually pretty fun and clever. Yeah, like this beetle thing, yeah, his projectiles are kind of easy to dodge, despite me kind of not dodging it properly. Yeah, he'll also charge like that at points, but all in all, the boss pattern for this boss is pretty easy, and eventually, by charging in there recklessly, shooting him in the eye a bunch of times, you eventually defeat him. Now, at one point near the end of the game, yeah, does this look familiar? Yeah, it comes complete with the transition to the original NES chiptune. Here, all those stupid Bill Cosby faces at the bottom of the screen actually make sense now. It also helps if the screen actually scrolls back so that you can, like, go onto a platform if you miss. Eventually, after mowing down, like, what seems like several billion fucking zombies, we face off against the final boss himself, Dr. Bill Cosby himself. You see, this guy also tried his hand at bioengineering like that Dr. Morbus guy, except instead of creating the Cheetah Man, he created a bunch of abominations instead. Now, this boss does have a predictable pattern, but my strategy, as usual, simply involves shooting Bill Cosby in the face about several billion times until he's eventually defeated. And with that, Dr. Bill Cosby is defeated and the world is saved, or something. Anyways, that was Non-Human the Remake. The game ends with the game calling me out for playing through the game on easy. Like, what the fuck, right? I'm actually enjoying these games when I should be tearing them apart like the NES version. This truly is like an alternate reality where Action 52 doesn't suck. I want to see, like, opposite land phase of Lee Plan. He probably produces more than, like, 3 videos a year. Anyways, back to the review. The next game on this list we're going to be covering is Fuzz Power. Fuck this trash. The living hairball that's supposed to be the player character rolls into his enemies with questionable hit detection, and he turns into a naked old man within a few hits. Oh yeah, and the game is unbeatable at one point due to the fact that you can only jump 2 centimeters off the ground. Okay, so let's just get this over with. Here's Fuzz Power. Already, I love the title of this thing. Fuzzy Thing versus a group of barbers in a battle to the death. Meanwhile, the Fuzzy Thing's all like, what did I do to deserve this? Anyways, let's start this thing. Oh my god, these guys sing just like me! Wait, so this character lived for about 100 years? You're going to Hollywood, kid. So basically it's about barbers going after this fuzzy thing. They're kind of racist towards the fuzzy thing at the beginning there, and you kind of have to go kick their ass. Oh god, this is like that one time where I went and did karaoke, and it sounded kind of similar to this according to accounts from other people. Where he's lived in solitude for a lonely, long 10 years. And this is why I don't sing. Oh god, there's more! No! And yes, I am letting you listen to this beautiful singing right here. Yeah, just get some hipster glasses on, make some sob story, and you'll easily win America's Got Talent. That's not even part of the lyrics there, bruh. Alright, can we be done with this? Okay, now that that's out of the way, it's time to get to the actual game. So in the remake of Fuzz Power, you can actually jump more than 2 centimeters off the ground, and rolling automatically moves you forward, which might be a bit of a problem if the game was actually challenging. And unlike the original, the hit detection actually fucking works. Now anyways, the barbers down here seem preoccupied with like combing the ground for no reason, so I'm just gonna leave them alone while taking care of this guy. Yeah, I'm just gonna get across those trees and rolling. There's level 2! Level 2 is very easy, just you can jump and roll into the enemies. The only thing you gotta worry about is trying to not forward roll into the pit. Outside of that, you'll be fine. Believe it or not, we're almost done the game. This game is very, very short. We go to the obligatory city level, the barber headquarters, and what you need to do is crack into the wall and you're at the boss. So here we're on the final boss of the game, and it only took like, what, a minute? Anyways, Robo Barber here has a simple pattern. Just dodge the scissors, and then use that forward roll to knock the hairballs right back at it, while avoiding the bombs. The patterns will go faster as you do more damage, but with timing and practice, this boss will go down eventually. The esoteric order of barbers are a bunch of like religious nuts, and they kinda frame this fuzzy thing. This is why I don't sing. So these barbers have been around for like 100 years, meanwhile I kinda breezed through them rather quickly. Also, my character is no longer a naked old man. That's obviously a plus. It's now this, maybe it's the son of Mr. Creepy Old Man. And just like that, we beat the game. Who the fuck is this character? Choco Chanel. There's a monkey now? Where was that in the prologue there about esoteric barbers and shit? I'm assuming he's like one of my former allies and he allied with the barbers for whatever reason. Yeah, and just like that, the game is over. That took like 2 minutes. Oh god, another one of these! Huh. Is it me or did they get rid of the original guy? Because the singing's a little bit better. So the fuzzy man eventually shaved anyway, even though he was being chased by barbers for 100 years. You realize Yeah, it was that easy to beat the esoteric order of Barbers, so now I'm gonna be a businessman. Oh, so he's gonna be a politician then. Fuzzy for president. Huh. He probably would have done better than Hillary in the fucking primaries.
I shall never allow fashion fascists to manipulate social trends for their own evil ends.
Well, in that case, you've never heard of Instagram there, buddy.
Coco Chanel went on to become a popular fashion designer.
Well, that kind of explains why most of the fashion companies are run by monkeys. That explains everything now! Okay, I think it's, yeah, the credits. So yeah, that was Fuzz Power for Action 52 Owns. To be honest, the game's perfectly fine. The only glaring flaw from that game is that it's way too short. In fact, it actually feels like a demo of Fuzz Power. I'm sure EA would love this game. But still, it's not. But still, despite how short this game is, it's nowhere near as short as that Bubsy Woolly Strikes Back game I played on PSN not too long ago. Scott Anderson and Mr. Padunkadunk here would go on to have marvelous singing careers, by the way. And we should be done and things. So the game ends. Shit. There's the final score. Final score 5,700. The end. Yeah. So yeah, that was a solid remake, although, to be honest, I still have no idea exactly what the hell these things at the corner are supposed to be, but it's good that the game didn't choose to address that. On to the next game. In this game, your hero runs around in the middle of the street collecting hats, and there's also a dildo river and bad infrastructure. And then Moogalo rises from the Gulf of Mexico. Moogalo, legendary hero to the Mexico land, then does battle with his arch rival, Green Card. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. The fucking neighbors are probably wondering what the hell I'm yelling about. But carrying on with the tradition of splitting this review into parts, we're going to be starting the next page with Sombreros. So let's start this thing. So the game starts off with what looks like somebody getting shot in the head with a rose. Oh great, somebody's playing Action 52 in the street. Yeah, that's exactly my reaction too if somebody saw me playing Action 52 in the street. Seriously, only 2 pesos for that guy? Okay, so we start off with the menu, which takes place on Charlie Brown's shirt. Let's get all the hats back. There's save slots, and we start off with this intro cutscene. Chivatos think that there's too many sombreros? Well, that's their freaking problem. No, man. Great, now Kanye West is gonna come after us. So, wait. We're playing the role as the guy in the car? Isn't this like a total role reversal from the original game? So anyways, we're driving by the aftermath of one of those American protests that I've heard so much about. So anyways, our hero gets home after a day at work, only to find his house completely robbed of everything. Or rather, the place smelling of blood and fishy. No comment. He sees one of the robbers caught in a bear trap, and in typical Mexico land fashion, the art style becomes radically different as he mercy kills the intruder. Vaya con Dios. See, that's like a catchphrase by like some old cartoon character named Capito. And it was made back way back when people didn't get offended by every fucking thing. The remake of Sombreros now plays similar to games like Gunsmoke and Jackal or one of those other games, while having Red Dead Redemption mechanics. And piñatas. Lots of piñatas too. I mean, you can always get rid of these banditos, but you can just bum rush your way to the next gate. And just like the original game, the point is to get from point A to point B, although there's no hats on the ground this time. Right, I'm sorry I had to cut that part of the video short. Apparently some dumb bitch in our period thought this game had too many Mexican stereotypes and started protesting outside in the streets because, you know, protesters don't have fucking jobs or anything. The game itself is not bad, though. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go out and get my hat while this protest is going on. I'll see you all in the next part of Let's Review Action 52 Owns. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. So yeah, here's the credits, which I used to cite all the music that I put in this video. I'm gonna go do other things for a while, but I'll see you guys later.